Good evening everyone and welcome to Renault Roulette here for TTG. It is round 7 of the championship at the fictional Sakitto circuit in Japan. It is the Grand Prix track, and bit of a strange fact, Sakitto actually does mean circuit. So it is Circuit Grand Prix here tonight, here in Japan. 7 drivers out on track. There was a little bit of a delay to the action actually kicking off here tonight. But as always, I'm JamesHead14, your commentator. This is going to have to be, this has been live recorded as the race happens because YouTube has gone down. But we are underway now for 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go, and Andy gets a drive-through penalty for a jump start as Tiz Leo is set about 3-way battle going into second with Andy McKinley and Alan Kay going down into turn 1, a little bit of bumping and margin down into turn 1 in these RS GT3s, which is the Renault Roulette car for tonight. And at night, this is pretty hard to see where people are. As Tiz Leo and McKinley just have a bit of a coming together. Now, down through the S section. Oh, Alan Kay running off track just briefly there into the grab. Oh, as Tiz loses it, there's a beautiful London Eye wheel there in the back down. Oh, and Tiz just about, and Andy in fact now leading the way. So Andy leads the way, McKinley in second, Jack in third, with Ricochet Bro in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, Tiz Leo in sixth, and Theo Daly down in 7th with early damage as they come through the end towards sector 1. And in fact, I recognise this track, Sakitto. This is actually Japan. This is actually based off Suzuka by the looks. I recognise a few corners from this track, which is good to see. But Andy narrowing down towards what is Spoon Corner. I'm just going to call it Spoon Corner because, well, it is Spoon Corner. Now coming through Spoon. Now running down the long straight, it is literally Suzuka this track. As they come through the second sector now and running up the hill, it's Andy who leads the way. McKinley in second, Crusher Ball round the outside of Jack Stewartson there for third place. Good move by him as we are already a minute and a half through this race to come across the line to as they come through what is the fictional 130R now into the fictional chicane. Or fictional right-hander, of course, getting rid of the chicane here. Oh, and Andy taking pit lane route down through there. McKinley for you opting to go off track. I think he tried to follow Andy's line actually. He was coming into the pit, Andy. So Crusher Ball now leads. Jack Stewartson in second. McKinley for you in third at the fictional Sakitto circuit, which I'm sure people will notice that it is actually looking like Japan, Suzuka International Circuit. Jack Stewartson has picked up a time penalty for track limit, and Alan Kay has picked up a time penalty for pit lane violation, and another one for pit lane violation for Alan Kay as well. And Andy, of course, picking up that drive through, that will get removed. But Tiz Leroy, sorry, not Tiz Leroy, Crusher Ball leads the way from Jack Stewartson in second, McKinley for you in third, as they come through what is the Senna S's and up the hill towards the Decnas, or what seems like the Decnas. It definitely looks like Suzuka this track. Are we not at Suzuka? I'm not sure. Make up your own opinion. But Crusher Bro leads the way. Jack Stewartson in second, McKinley for you in third, Tiz Leroy in fourth, Andy in fifth after that drive through. Alan Kay is in sixth, and Theo Daly is in 7th place early on. Hopefully everyone going to be enjoying the stream when it does get uploaded to the channel. Crusher Bro leads the way as he comes through the fictional Spoon. Just runs wide of the apex there, similar to what we saw with Verstappen and Vettel in Japan last season in Formula 1, of course, making contact there, and Verstappen having to go well wide, and Vettel who eventually spun out of that corner. But Crusher Bro leads the way down the straight, down into fictional 130R. Takes it flat out, just lifts off the power slightly, similar to the London Eye there. Now coming up towards, takes it flat out, Crusher Bro. Goodness me, the speed through the final corner there. Now across the start-finish line. Start lap 3, we are about 11 minutes through. That is the start-finish line there now. Jack Stewartson in second now as McKinley dropped down to third. Andy in fourth. Tiz Leroy now in fifth. Alan Kay is out the pits in sixth, and Theo Daly is still in the pits, repairing damage. Unfortunate damage for Theo Daly. Hopefully everything is going to be okay with him to continue on in this race. But it is Crusher Ball who leads the way and sets the new fastest lap of the race will 144.1, and that out the race looks like who is that is out the race? I'm not sure. Crusher Paul McKinley for you, Jack Stewart and Andy, Alan Kay, Theo Daly. We have lost one of the drivers out of the race who was well up there with the pace. I think he was in 5th. Can't quite pick up on who that might have been. Was it Taze Leroy? It was Taze Leroy. Yeah, so Taze Leroy is at the race, so a shame. I think he must have had a disconnection or something. He was making a pit stop, so he's actually retired himself out of the race as Crusher Paul runs wide a fictional Spoon. Coming to the second half of Spoon corner. I'm going to enjoy watching back this stream or this video when it gets uploaded, of course. Plenty of penalties early on, and we'll give you a penalty rundown actually now. 1 second penalties worth for McKinley and Jack Stewartson. Andy has got 50 seconds and Alan Kay has got 50 seconds as well. That's not great, having 50 seconds around here at Sakitto. Crusher Pro takes it flat through the final corner, judges it nicely. There's pit lane on the right hand side, of course. So coming across the line to start lap 4 here at Sakitto. And it is, of course, Crusher Pro who leads the way with McKinley in second, Jack Stewartson in third, the two teammates chasing each other, Dandy in fourth, Alan Kay in 5th and Field Daly in 6th. Who was that off track? I thought somebody was off track there briefly. They're not. No, everyone's still going around out on track. And just to pick up on actually the standings, I did come on to this a little bit late. So the standings coming into tonight are Crusher Pro 103, Alan Kay 102, Andy 98, it's Sean on 81, Frank on 80, Mummy Papa on 64, Theo Daly on 49, Tez Leroy on 46, McKinley for you on 22 and Jesse on 20. Those are the guys that are in the championship, and of course Crusher Pro taking 3 races in a row from Algarve, Monza and Brno, and Crusher Pro looking on his way to scoring what is going to be a 4th consecutive win and a 5th of the season, it seems, as we push the halfway stage here at Sakitto. He now runs through down the hill into fictional Spoon once again. Can take this a lot earlier on the brakes actually. McKinley for you now into second, Jack Stewartson has dropped off into third, must have made a mistake somewhere out on track, runs wide through fictional Spoon there. Crusher Pro again running up the hill towards fictional 130R. Crusher Pro leading the way, McKinley for you in second. This is a fictional track, so I can have a bit more freedom trying to commentate on some of the corners. Through fictional 130R, Crusher Pro goes, and now onto the fictional start-finish straight. There he goes. Through 145 mph, fastest middle sector, a 42.2 away through the middle sector from Crusher Pro, the Norwegian, the defending champ, leading the way across the line and improves by 0.3 per second and sets a 43.898 through fictional turn 1 and 2. And now into the fictional Senna S's. Crusher Pro goals. Can take us a lot more speed here in these GT3 cars. I do apologise about some of the glitches that might be occurring. We've got a glitch with Taze Leroy coming up on my screen. I'm not sure why that is. The Crusher Pro leading the way. Jack Stewartson has got another penalty. That's just another second level launch this time. 33.6 for Crusher Pro out in front. Taze Leroy has now left the session. So Crusher Pro leads the way as we are through the halfway stage now here in the Renault Roulette. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm JamesHead14. Going to be recording this to be uploaded later on, and of course this will be uploaded later on tonight. But looking good so far for Crusher Pro out in front. McKinley in second, goes through and flicks out the back end through first half of fictional Spoon corner. And Sakitto, of course, very interesting track in terms of layout. It definitely looks from the track map that I've got up, that it definitely looks like Suzuka. I'm not sure where they got that idea from, but with it being a fictional track, he goes through fictional 130R. Crusher Pro leads the way. 16.1 seconds the gap to McKinley for you. Jack Stewartson about 10 seconds down in third, about 27 seconds behind the leader. Andy in fourth, trying to gain closer to Jack Stewartson. Alan Kay in 5th and Theo Daly still plugging around there in 6th place as Crusher Pro sets a new fastest lap, 1:43 flat from Crusher Pro. And of course, we will be either recording or live streaming Renault RS01s after this, providing that YouTube hopefully is back up and running. Beautiful, I've got to say, beautiful look at the camera shots through there, and the light's being picked up. Theo Daly's picked up a time penalty now for track limits. It's only Crusher Bro who hasn't picked up a penalty out on track. So this is quite good so far from Crusher Bro, and it's looking quite strong there in front. 6 drivers still going out on track. McKinnon for you in second, with Jack Stewartson now in third. Andy in fourth, with Alan Kay in fifth. There is Theo Daly flying through the final corner. Of course, they have got rid of the chicane, which is susceptible to the track at Suzuka, of course, and have got rid of this on the fictional Sakitto track. But looking good because we're out in front. But we're on board with Andy. About 1.3 seconds off Jack Stewartson, getting closer. That gap was about 4 seconds the last time I looked up, which was about probably 5 minutes ago. So he's closing in, Andy, now on Jack Stewartson, and this is going to be providing a very interesting battle for the race that is going to unfold out on track, and I think certainly it is going to be one to watch for Andy, as he's now 7 tenths off and right on the back of Jack Stewartson coming across the line once again. And Andy in fact has had a moment at Fictional Spoon, so Andy has a moment there. So just respond to a message that just came through. I'll be 2 seconds of that. But it is Crusher Bro who leads the way. McKinnon for you in second, Jack Stewartson in third, Andy in fourth, Alan Kay in fifth, and Theo Daly in sixth position. Of course, all point scoring positions, so everything will count. We're right on board with Andy as he tries to hunt down Jack Stewartson as he comes through the fictional turns 1 and 2, now through the fictional centre S's. And I'm sure everyone, looking back on this race and looking back on this stream, or looking back on this video I should say, will really see the similarities between Suzuka and this track Sakitto. It is definitely, I think, very similar indeed. These are the Degners that are coming through, the fictional Degners. Still a bit of a longer run through the fictional Degners as Jack Stewartson just loses the back end out there. Now coming through the left-hander, which is usually the hairpin. They have got rid of the hairpin there, and they go back down the hill into what is going to be Fictional Spoon once again. Crusher Bro, by the way, just came across the line to start lap 8, 2.5 minutes to go. So there's going to be another 2 laps out on track for these guys. Andy right on the back of Jack Stewartson though, coming through Fictional Spoon. We'll go on board then with Andy, and we'll get a real sense of the uphill run. There is a pit lane on the right hand side, which is not there on the Suzuka track itself. Andy closing them down, not going to get past the fictional 130 yard. Jack Stewartson runs out a little bit wide, it's going to let through Andy then into P3, and he's through. So the Scotsman now through into P3, and this is going to really help with him in his championship battle. Of course, he didn't attend last week because of connection issues with the internet. Of course, having no internet last week as a result of his house move. Hopefully that has went well. The Crusher Bro leading the way, and has got Theo Daly to worry about, I think, just ahead of him. Sorry, it's Alan Kay that is just behind him out on track, so Crusher Bro is through on Alan Kay to lap him, but he's still going around there in 5th. Alan Kay doing a good job. And Andy now, and Jack Stewartson once again go near side by side through the fictional centre S's. About 14 seconds to McKinnon for you, 23 seconds to Crusher Bro, who's actually had a moment. Crusher Bro is off at Fictional Spoon. That's a massive moment for the Norwegian, and the defending champ has recovered it. Luckily he's got the gap to recover it. McKinnon for you runs wide, coming through that corner there. And Crusher Bro might feel just a little bit judged by that, but he's doing a good job out in front. McKinnon for you second. Andy now in third. Jack Stewartson is round through the fictional Degners. Fictional Degner 1 there. But Crusher Bro now across the line. This is going to be the final lap of the race. And Crusher Bro leads the way with McKinnon for you in second. Andy in third. with Jack in 4th, then it's Alan Kay in 5th, and Theo Daly still in 6th position. There's not really many changes to the order since the start of the race, but Crusher Bro, after that mistake, now had his margin reduced by about 5 or 6 seconds, but it's looking good so far for the Norwegian, and it's going to be 5 wins in a row for the Norwegian. Coming into tonight, of course, 4 wins in a row, not 5 wins. 5 wins in the season. Of course, he took the first race in Daytona. Mummy Papa took it in Road America. Watkins Glen was Sean. Algarve, Crusher Bro, and Algarve, Monza, and Bernal all went to Crusher Bro. And now we're right on board then with Crusher Bro. As the time ticks down, that is the end of the race. Crusher Bro's picked up its penalty for track limits. Plenty of track limits penalties here. 1 for Crusher Bro, 3 for McKinder for you, 50 seconds for Andy, 2 seconds for Jack Stewardson, 50 for Alan Kay, and Theo Daly has got 1 second worth of penalties. All of this is going to be really changing, and of course there might be investigations with the stewards after this race, and maybe some people might just feel hard judged by, and we'll try and get this going on. But now, Crusher Bro through fictional 130R for the final time. He is going to be taking the victory once again here out on track. Right on board with his hunt down on Alan Kay. Crusher Bro through the final corner at Sakitto. Better come across the start-finish line to win in Sakitto. Or Suzuka, whatever you like to call it. The Crusher Bro wins from McKinder for you in 2nd, who is coming round, of course. McKinder for you doing a great job here tonight to finish in 2nd position. That will help him out in the championship going forward. Only 22 points for his name. Plenty more points there going on for McKinder for you. Andy is going to finish in 3rd place, providing that Jack Stewardson doesn't finish 50 seconds behind him. But Andy is going to be coming across the line in 3rd nonetheless. So good drive by the Scotsman on his return. Jack Stewardson is going to be coming across the line in 4th position. We'll have Alan Kay and Theo Daly, in fact, is just about to come across the line. So we've got Theo Daly just about to come across the line now. Down through the final corner he comes. So Theo Daly is through. Final corner. He takes the flag now for P6. And celebrates very nicely there. Jack Stewardson now around in 4th position, and we're going to be waiting about 30 seconds now for Alan Kay coming through fictional Spoon corner. And now on the run down the hill towards fictional 130R. Alan Kay is going to be taking 5th place again. Not the result that he might want, but it's good enough, I think, to keep him within that championship battle. And I think the championship battle is going to really heat up into the final round next week for the Renault Roulette. Which will of course be taking place at Bathurst, one of my favourite tracks. Alan Kay better come across the line though to finish in 5th place. Good result from him. Alan Kay across the line to finish in 5th, and that is your race over. I'll give you the full rundown of the results right now. Crusher Bro takes it from McKinder for you in 2nd, Jack Stewardson in 3rd, Andy in 4th, Alan Kay in 5th, Theo Daly in 6th, and after those penalties were applied, Andy finishing in 4th, of course, about 14 seconds behind Jack Stewardson. But of course, the official, unofficial results are there. But that is it from me. That is it from the Renault Roulette. Whether I can get the stream up and running remains to be seen. But thank you very much for watching. And until next time, for Renault Roulette, next week in Bathurst, goodbye.